A very good morning, dear students. In Introduction to Acids and Base, we have learned how we can use the indicators to test whether a given substance is an acid and base. Now, let's proceed further with the next part of the lesson, that is, what is an acid chemically? What are the properties and uses of acids today in this video? Okay, so let's see what is an acid. Okay, so acid is nothing but a substance which gives rise to H plus ions. Now you have learned in the lesson structure of an atom how ions are formed. That is, when an atom is having free electrons in the outermost shell, it can give its electrons and or take the electron, and when it gives or takes electron, it forms charged ions. So like that, even hydrogen forms H plus ion, or acid has mostly a major component called as H plus ion in its solution state. Solution state means when suppose hydrochloric acid, okay, whose formula is HCl, okay, hydrochloric acid whose formula is HCl. If you take this hydrochloric acid in concentrated form and then try to dissolve it in water, you have learned that acids dissolve in water. So when you try to dissolve it in water, this HCl which is there splits into or dissociates into H plus and Cl minus. Therefore, any acid when it dissolves in water, it always gives rise to H plus ions. Remember this, because in 9th standard you are going to learn more in detail about acids and bases, and based on this property only, okay, that is dissociation of the ions when they are dissolved in the water. Okay, so acids dissolve in water and they form their respective ions, that is H plus plus Cl minus if it is hydrochloric acid. If it is sulfuric acid, then it forms sulfuric acid is H2SO4. It forms 2H plus plus SO4 2 minus. So like that, all the acids when they are dissolved in the water, they form respective hydrogen ions. Based on this only, whatever is the concentration of hydrogen ions only, we come to know whether the given acid is highly concentrated or it is a strong acid or weak acid, that you are going to study in 9th. Right now, you just remember that acid is such a substance which gives H plus ions in solution state. Solution means when it is dissolved in water. Therefore, for example, HCl dissociates in water as HCl in AQ. AQ means aqueous. Aqueous means when it is dissolved in water. Remember, AQ means aqueous and aqua means nothing but when it is dissolved in water. It gives rise to H plus plus Cl minus. So remember this, dear students. Some of the examples of acids are, okay, nothing but hydrochloric acid, okay, nitric acid, that is HNO3, hydrochloric acid is HCl, nitric acid formula is HNO3, sulfuric acid is H2SO4, and some others are like carbonic acid, that is H2CO3, or phosphoric acid also H3PO3. Okay, these are some of the examples of strong acids. Now, carbonic acid, you might have tasted soda bottles. Yes, I think so. You might have tasted some of the other time the soda bottle. Now, do you get that, little sour taste of that soda bottle? Yes, soda water is little sour. It's because there is one acid called as carbonic acid. So that carbonic acid formula is H2CO3. All the aerated drinks, cold aerated drinks consist of carbonic acid, and that is why the taste of those drinks is somewhat sour. Fine. Next, our daily diet also contains few natural acids. So whatever we are eating, like tomato or any vegetables or maybe citrus fruits, all of them contain some of the other amount of acid. Even milk contains lactic acid and so on. So let's see a small chart based on this. Now, you have learned already that the acids which are found naturally in some of the vegetables or fruits, or even in other organisms like plants and animals also contain acid. They are mild in nature. They are not very strong. Also, they are called as weak acid, as you have learnt earlier. They are mild in nature, hence are not harmful like that of the mineral acids. Mineral acid, just now you have seen which are the mineral acids, like hydrochloric acid, nitric acid, H2SO4, H2CO3, that is carbonic acid, phosphoric acid. All these are called as mineral acids. Whereas the acids which are found in the case of plants and animals, they are called as carbonic acids, as you have learned last time, or organic acid. And these acids, since they are found in natural substances, they are mild in nature. Therefore, there is no harmful effect of it, and therefore we can easily have them. So, for some examples are given here of some of the acids, that is citric acid. If you see where you get citric acid, mostly the citrus fruits like oranges, lemons, all these contain citric acid. Then you might have when sometimes ant bites you, you get itching sensation. Do you know why? It's because they have, or they contain, one acid called as formic acid. Then tomato or vinegar consists of acetic acid. Last time also, when I was doing an experiment with vinegar, I have told you that vinegar is nothing but dilute form of acetic acid. Therefore, vinegar consists of acetic acid. Even tomato consists of acetic acid. Then malic acid is present in apple or grapes. Okay, in grapes and apple, you remember it is malic acid. Tartaric acid is present. Tamarind tartaric. Remember, tamarind tartaric. Grapes also contain some amount of tartaric acid. Unripe mangoes, okay, unripe mangoes also contains, or raw mangoes you can say, they contain tartaric acid. Oxalic acid is present in spinach. Spinach, you know what is spinach? Spinach is palak. Okay, cabbage also contains oxalic acid. Then lactic acid, curd, in curd you get lactic acid, as I've just mentioned to you. That is why curd tastes sour. Okay, milk also contains lactic acid. Then ascorbic acid, that is vitamin C, is present in citrus fruits and amla. Okay, some more examples are given on page number 85. More examples, it means whatever I have included here, they are there, they are less in number. Whatever is given in your textbook, the number of acids which are given are less in number. I have put here more number of acids and more number of more examples of the fruits or the vegetables containing these acids. Fine. Let us proceed further with the next part of the lesson, that is properties of acids. Some of the properties you have already learned when I was doing, in the first video I've already mentioned some of the properties, like for example, acids are sour in taste. Acids are sour in taste. That is why you can never taste an acid which is concentrated. Okay, you have tasted so many fruits which are sour, like lemon and all, oranges, they are all sour in taste. Why? It's because they contain acid. Okay, so no need to taste any time any concentrated acid. You get when you get all these natural acids, why to taste them? Never taste, because you have learned they are corrosive in nature. Right? Then acid molecules contain hydrogen. Just now we have learned it contains hydrogen ion. H plus is the main constituent. Okay, main constituent. Like for example, HCl contains H. H2SO4 also contains H. H2CO3 contains H. HNO3 contains H. Phosphoric acid also contains H. All these consist of H. Okay, and there are other basic radicals also. Correct? So you have to remember that H plus is the main constituent of the acids. Fine. Then acids react with metals to form hydrogen gas. Like for example, if you take magnesium ribbon, okay, and you try to add dilute HCl to it, you will find that magnesium ribbon will produce, okay, MgCl2 and hydrogen gas, which gives pop-up sound. Okay, that pop-up sound is because of the hydrogen gas evolved. Okay, so remember, most of the acids react with metals to form hydrogen gas. When acid react with a metal, it gives hydrogen gas. Remember this because this you are going to study in 9th standard also. Fine. Acid reacts with carbonates. Carbonates means which carbonates now? Sodium carbonate, okay, sodium bicarbonate, calcium carbonate, anything if you consider. Okay, acid reacts with carbonates to liberate carbon dioxide. See, we have learned that when they react with metal, they form hydrogen gas. You have to remember this because next year you are going to study in this in detail. So acid reacts with metals to form hydrogen gas, whereas when they react with carbonates like sodium carbonate, sodium bicarbonate, calcium carbonate, okay, all these carbonates, they form what? Carbon dioxide gas. Suppose carbon dioxide gas has to be prepared, then how it can be prepared? It can be prepared by use of acid along with some of the carbonates, right? Then next, blue litmus turns red in acid. That also you have learned last time, right? So these are all called as properties of the acids. Now let's see where we can use these acids. Okay, what are the uses of acids? Now acids can be used as a in the production of chemical fertilizers. Acids can be used in the production of chemical fertilizers. They can be also used in the production of explosives, okay, oil purification. In the oil purification method, also acids are used to purify the oil. Okay, then in the preparation of certain medicines, like most of the gastric tablets and all are made from acids. Then dyes and paints, they can be used. So remember, acids are used in the production of fertilizers. They are also used in the production of explosives. They are used in the purification of the oil, in production of certain medicines, and in the preparation of certain dyes and paints. There are different types of acids which are used in different processes which are shown here. Okay, you need not know what are the names of it because it is not required for you at this level. Okay, you just remember that they are used in all these things to prepare. Fine. Then acids are also like hydrochloric acid is used to produce different types of chloride salts. Okay, hydrochloric acid is used for the preparation of different types of chloride salts, all the different types of chloride salt, because hydrochloric acid consists of Cl, chlorine. Okay, that is why different chloride salts can be prepared from hydrochloric acid. Okay, not only that, dilute sulfuric acid is used in batteries. You have learned this in when you were learning about the current. Okay, current and magnetism, electric current and magnetism. In that you have learned that in lead acid cell battery or lead acid battery, you know that electrolyte which is used is nothing but dilute sulfuric acid. Okay, so remember this. Then what are the other uses of the what is that, acids? Dilute hydrochloric acid is used in the used for sterilization of the water. Okay, dilute sulfuric acid can be also used for sterilization. Sterilization means what? To kill the germs of the water. So even to kill the germs of the water of a sterilization, this process is called as sterilization, dilute hydrochloric acid is used. Not only for this, even acids are used for making a white paper from the wood pulp. You know, paper we are getting from wood pulp. That is why we say no, we are cutting down so many trees for making paper. So we have to use the paper very carefully. Why? Because it is from wood. And for this whole process, what is used? Acid is used. Okay, so remember dear students, so many uses we have learned. That is, acids are used for preparation of chemical fertilizers, medicines, paints, dyes, explosives. Okay, they are also used in the oil purification. Then as hydrochloric acid is used in the manufacture of so many different chloride salts like sodium chloride, calcium chloride, and so many things. Then it is also used dilute sulfuric acid, as you have already learned in lead acid cell, it is used as an electrolyte. Then dilute hydrochloric acid is also used for sterilization of the water. Acid is used in making the white paper from the wood pulp. So these are some of the uses of water. Now let's learn about the causticity of the concentrated acid. Okay, causticity, you have already learned about this previously, that acids are caustic in nature. So dissolution of the concentrated sulfuric acid in water generate large amount of water. Now suppose if you take sulfuric acid and dissolve it in water, it gives out lot of vapors. Okay, large amount of heat is generated. So you can see a picture here, okay, wherein you can see lot of vapor pressure here. It's because when an acid is dissolved in water, it generates large amount of heat. Now one thing you have to remember, that whenever you are diluting an acid, always pour acid in water. Remember, always pour acid in water. Okay, take a beaker first with water, and then if you want to dilute an acid, always dilute by putting acid in the water. Never add water in the concentrated sulfuric acid. Not only sulfuric acid, even other acids, because if you do so, what can happen? Lot of heat will be generated, enormous amount of heat will be generated, and it can even cause explosion, especially in the case of sulfuric acid. Okay, if you suppose add in acid, if you add water, it will generate lot of, when an suppose if you put water on a garam tawa, what can happen? It gives lot of vapors. The same way happens here, because sulfuric acid is so hot, it has lot of water, vapor pressure. It has something called as vapor pressure. If suppose you add water to it slowly, what can happen? Enormous heat will be generated, and it can even come on your face. It can even cause explosion. So never add water to acid. Always add acid to water. Remember this, dear students. Okay, so because of the caustic nature of the acids, okay, it can cause explosion, it can cause burns. Now sodium hydroxide, you have learned about an alkali also. Okay, that is sodium hydroxide is one of the alkali. It also has some effect. It is also caustic in nature. Okay, are strong and caustic in nature, and that's why you can see what it can cause. Okay, previously also I have shown you this photograph, correct? So their concentrated solution burns skin as it decomposes the proteins in the skin. Okay, the concentrated solution of the alkali, like sodium hydroxide and all, it causes the skin to burn. And why burn? Because the proteins of the skin are getting burnt here. Remember this. Fine. Now let's see now some of the acids now which are present in our body. We have something called as nucleic acid. Nucleic acid like DNA, RNA, these are called as nucleic acid. That is, DNA is nothing but deoxyribonucleic acid. Okay, so several organic acids are present in our body and in plants which are useful to us. Like DNA is called as it stores the information for the synthesis of the proteins in our body. Okay, there are other acids also in our body, like proteins are made up of amino acids, fats are made up of fatty acids. All these are acids. Even our stomach contains some amount of concentrated hydrochloric acid, which helps in the process of digestion. Okay, so that means there are so many acids even in our body. Okay, so DNA is an acid present in our body. Besides the heredity property you are going to learn in standard 9. Heredity means transfer of characteristic from parents to offspring. So DNA is the one which helps in transferring these characteristics from the parents to their offspring. Offspring means the child or the newborn, whether it is the smallest organisms like bacteria to the highly evolved organisms like human beings. Even viruses also have DNA or RNA as their structure. Okay, then proteins which are a part of our body cell are made up of amino acids. Okay, like for a building there are building blocks called as bricks. For proteins, the building block of proteins are amino acids. So amino acids are also acid. Then deoxyribonucleic acid, which is DNA. DNA is also an acid. RNA, which is ribose nucleic acid, is also an acid. Okay, fat of a body is formed by fatty acids. Like you can see here, protein molecule. The second one is the protein molecule. So this one is the protein molecule. Okay, and the last one is the fatty acid. Okay, a body is made up of fat, and that fat consists of which acid? Fatty acids. Okay, remember this, dear students. All these are acids which are present in our body. So next time we are going to learn something more about base and alkali. Okay, so I hope so you have understood regarding acids today. What are its properties? What is the definition of an acid? What are the uses? What can happen if we add water to the acid, and so on, and which are some of the acids which are present in the body of the organisms, whether it is a plant or a animal. Okay, thank you, dear students.